Founded in 1626, Salem, Massachusetts was discovered by European settlers. Roger Canant was a leader of a group of fishermen who officially named Salem. The founders of the Massachusetts Bay Colony didn't initially intend to create a maritime town. The conditions were perfect due to a deep harbor, good fertile land, and its location. The first major industry was fishing. Salem became an important trading town with other American colonies as well as Europe and the West Indies. There were other towns that traded with American colonies, but Salem was the first to see the great potential and wealth from trading with international ports. In the 1600s and early 1700s, Salem was the largest fishing town in the New World. Many important leaders and settlers saw an economic future here, so they started living here. The Salem shipbuilding and fishing industries brought a lot of people to this new territory, and the economy grew rapidly. Many people were arriving in Salem in search of a job with the opportunities to become iron workers, blacksmiths, shipbuilders, fishermen, and other jobs. Salem was one of two ports, Boston and Salem, in Massachusetts, that had prize courts, which were authorized to sell and distribute the proceeds from the sale of ships captured by American privateers in the War of 1812. In 1797, a 171-foot, three-mast Salem East India ship was built. This historic ship traveled all around the world in search of exotic spices, sugar, and coffee. For these products, they traded New England rum and French brandy. It made 16 voyages to China, Java, Sumatra, Madras, and London, along with many other European ports. A replica of the ship is in Salem Harbor today, which many tourists visit every year. This large ship is a symbol of Salem and the growth of our nation.
The following are remarks from Eric J. Dolan, author and historian.
From the end of the American Revolution through the early 19th century, Salem was one of the most important ports in the United States, and certainly the most colorful. From Salem's wharves, merchants such as Elias Haskett Derby, called King Derby on account of his great riches, his son Elias Haskett Derby Jr., and the many members of the Crown and Shield family sent ships throughout the world, but most especially to the Far East, to the shores of India, Sumatra, and China, known as the Celestial Kingdom. Salem's hardy sailors brought back beautiful porcelain, smooth silk, spicy pepper, and soothing tea, adding a cosmopolitan flavor to the city and helping to make the United States a major player in the realm of international trade. These things also made Salem rich. Indeed, in the early 1800s, Salem, Mass. Was the richest city in the U.S. per capita, largely as a result of its East India trade. Thus, it makes sense that Salem adopted its motto, Divitis Indi usque al ultimatum sinum, to the farthest port of the rich East. Salem sea captains founded the East India Marine Society in 1799 in order to sustain bonds of friendship and also create a place to show off the wondrous things they brought back from their travels, including Maori war clubs, giant clamshells, porcelain urns, and Indian masks. That society, the first and oldest such society in the United States, later formed the basis of the collection that started the Peabody Essex Museum, which still operates today and showcases Salem's illustrious maritime history. If you want to be immersed in maritime history, visit Salem.